Good evening, everyone. The time here is 8:14. Today is September 2, which is Saturday. I know we have a different different. In Israel, it's morning. In Dubai, it's afternoon. In Australia, it's evening. In Paris, is very early morning. I think you have not seen Wilhelmina for a couple of weeks. The reason why I'm live because I just finished conversation buyer from Israel, and he called me by video call, and he was asking for standard letter of credit. He wanted gold and diamond, and he said that his client has a laboratory to polish the diamond, and I told him it wouldn't work because the diamond is a property of the country. Diamond needs a Kimberley certificate, and the gold needs also export documentation. I only chat with this gentleman. It takes only 10 minutes. I rejected him because Africa doesn't deal with standard letter of credit. Why? Why are you going to ask for credit? Gold is money. Diamond is precious. You need to identify yourself. But he opened his camera. He called me video call. He's a middle age. I think he's 60. 60 plus. And it takes only 10 minutes of my conversation. And I told him, I wish you good luck. Africa would not deal CIF, cost insurance and freight only, or Black Fund or SBLC. I mentioned that on my platform time to time, but some of the buyer doesn't pay attention. You don't pay attention, you would not get the supply. I watched the video on Zimbabwe. There was a smuggled syndicate, mafia syndicate, and I watched the video from Zimbabwe part 1, part 2. Don't you know that even though they are a smuggler, even though they are syndicate, they are buying gold in Zimbabwe 3%, and we are giving you guys 8%. So you are a winner. Yeah, but we don't syndicate. We don't smuggle it. You are buying direct to the producer. The seller produce gold and diamond. But we are very lenient, especially if you're dealing to Wilhelmina. We are very, very lenient. We give you a discount in order for you to get the profit. But if you are crook, you wouldn't get it. Especially if you're talking to Wilhelmina. If you are crook buyers, thinking that you can get the CIF, it wouldn't work. And he was asking how much the price of gold we are selling. Our selling price less 8%. And the diamond, it depends on the quality. You need to travel. On my platform, on my Facebook, I urge international buyer. The more you're dealing with chain or broker, the more you will never get the gold. Why? That broker doesn't understand. Doesn't. Wilhelmina is here to explain to you. This knowledge is worth $1 million, but you guys are crook. Excuse my language. Doesn't matter that I explain it thoroughly. Still, your mentality is still crook. You think that Africa, you can get gold and diamond in Africa. No, you wouldn't get it. You watch the video on YouTube about Zimbabwe. Just give you an example. They are syndicate. They bring the gold to Dubai. You must remember, I watched that. I just want to share it with you guys so that your back of your head, you wouldn't think that Africa you can get gold in Africa and diamond. It wouldn't work. Even that smuggler, they buy gold in Zimbabwe list 3%. You buy from us, you get the profit. Gold has many uses, you must remember. Okay? Precious metal are often considered a safe haven asset which rise in appeal of uncertainty. At the moment, the gold price is volatile environment, but the price ups and down. Mhm. There is no person who will give you this kind of information. This information is worth $1 million. You have no idea. You would never meet this kind of woman that explain it on my platform. Most of the joker broker, they cut and paste. Mhm. They ask if you can bring the gold to Dubai, or you can. They ask if you can bring it to to Israel. It wouldn't work. You as the buyer has to be professional. You as the buyer has to read it. You as the buyer has to send a formal letter of interest attention to Wilhelmina Ford. Why? Wilhelmina will validate you. This gentleman, he called me video call. I validated him just 10 minutes. Cancelled. Reject. Why? He didn't pay attention. Yeah. I told him, go back and read again. Read the procedure, then you get back to me. Because I expand it. I explain just like an elementary. If you pay attention, then you're a winner. Gold is not for free. Gold has many uses. You can make it into earrings, you can make it into false teeth, you can make it into jewelry, you can make it into spare parts on mobile phone, and you can refine it into 99.99. Gold has many uses. Yes? This precious mineral is the world asset you're buying. You're not buying potato here. You're not buying banana. Even banana, there's a value. You're buying commodities. So if you are just brokering online, especially if you landed to Wilhelmina, you will never be successful. Why? I will validate you. I will screen you. I will ask you a lot of questions, because this is very dangerous business and very tricky business. I watch this smuggling. We don't smuggle gold and diamond. We don't. Because the country is very strict at the moment. Mali, Conakry, Sierra Leone, they lose $1 million because buyers are trying to evade taxes. There's always tax. You pay the product plus government sales tax. So that particular gentleman, he didn't last. He only lasted 10 minutes. So, but anyway, to all buyers, I know you've been searching. You go to YouTube, everything now is on social media. I buy this one, okay? Through the social media, through Facebook, to curly hair. I buy this one through online, through Facebook. You are buying precious metal through Wilhelmina. Wilhelmina is the extension of the seller. Wilhelmina is the marketing consultant of the seller. At the same time, I am your business facilitator. You meet Wilhelmina. Wilhelmina is very strict. Believe me, you will not get the supply if you are not a buyer, because I have to scrutinize you in order for us to know that you are really a buyer, so that you will not waste my time and our time. So you are running around and running around, then you bump to Wilhelmina, you went to my Facebook, you went to my YouTube channel, still you didn't read. There was an American guy, I think last week, I was interrogated. And I think I mentioned that on my video, on my YouTube. He said that he's been traveling to Africa, and he was just testing my guts. And he was interrogating me, and he's very blunt. And then I'm not scared with anyone who interrogate me. I'm not. The more you interrogate Wilhelmina, the more I love to challenge you. This is what this gentleman was telling me on our conversation live. He said he asked me to come to United States to sign a contract. Right. Because I said I am charging my extra. He doesn't understand. He's American. I don't know if he went to school. He didn't understand that you cannot just get for free. You go to your solicitor, your lawyer. Every time you consult your lawyer, there is a fee. Mhm. And you are talking to Wilhelmina that I'm going to accompany you, there is also a fee. But I changed the wording that extra service. It's also a fee. Mhm. So he doesn't want to pay a fee. And I told him, it's okay if you don't want to pay. You travel, but I want to collect your vital information first. I want to know your copy of your business registration, your importation license, your passport copy, and the proof of fund that you're a buyer. If you don't want to pay my fee, it's okay. I rejected him. I blocked him. Mhm. When he opened his camera, he looked like a mob. Mhm. So, he didn't win Wilhelmina. Mm. He said he will send an FBI to Australia. What for? What I have done? Mm. I didn't scam him. We just only have a free conversation. But this gentleman is very clever. He's very, very clever. I'm sorry, guys. You cannot outsmart Wilhelmina. That is the reason why the seller hired Wilhelmina, because my seller lost 24 million, you must remember. My other seller in Sierra Leone lost as well gold. My other seller in Mali also lost gold. That's why I told my seller, do not believe on buyer. Buyers are liars. Yes, seller can lie. Seller can deceive you. What is the meaning of scam? Deceitful. I'll give you an example. Judas is the disciple of Jesus Christ. Mhm. Judas sold Jesus Christ to his enemy, that Jesus Christ is not the Son of God. I'm just giving you an example. So Judas betrayed his master with 37 sterling. And that's why Jesus Christ was being crucified, because of lied of Judas. Judas Iscariot is a scammer. That is the old version. The old version is deceitful. The new version is scam. I was also being lied by a lady from Ghana. I was being scammed big time, but that was a bad experience of mine. So I learned from it. So I'm sharing you here so that you will not stumble when you arrive in Africa. Mhm. Again and again, I always explain to everyone, do not travel without Wilhelmina. Why? Believe me, it doesn't matter if you've been talking to any seller that the seller offer you cheap price. Believe me, when you arrive, you will not be successful, because last night before I closed, there was a buyer who went to Sierra Leone. Mhm. And he was being offered cheap price. What happened? The gold was missing. The gold was shipped to Dubai via Kenya. Kenya is a transit. And when you transit, they will open your luggage. They wanted to hand carry. What happened? He lost the gold and he lost the money. Mhm. That is the reason why, Mr. Buyer, if you bump into my YouTube channel, if you bump into my Facebook, read it. Read, because it is your benefit. Wilhelmina is very kind and generous. You already gain knowledge out of my platform. I explain everything. Mhm. Now, the price of gold today. Today is Saturday. I'm going to my other page. I will look at the price of gold today. Mhm. Because the price of gold, it fluctuates every day. Okay. Now, the price of gold today is 62,376.58 per kilo. Mhm. Which is 1940.13 per ounce. Right. Now, I'm going to give you the price. You have not confirmed it, but this is the price of the day. So don't bank on it. Our selling price is 57. On 62,376.58, less 8%, 57,386. And you're gonna say, well, Amina, I don't have any profit. There is. Look at the Zimbabwean mix smuggler. They purchase gold 3%, even though they're a mafia. Hmm. I watched their video. They purchase gold in Zimbabwe 3%, and we give you 8%, right? And then when you resell it 2%, you still have 6%. Mhm. If you are not paying attention to my explanation, believe me, you are not a buyer. You're gonna say, well, Amina, too expensive. Of course, you're buying the most expensive item in the world. Now, our selling price tax included. You are a winner. Why? In every bar, the tax is 4,500 per bar. Right. So, if you buy 20 kilos times 4,500, you save money. I'm gonna get my calculator. Just a moment. I'm just giving you an example. Okay? Just a moment, where's okay, every bar, the tax, the government tax the bar, the gold, based on the world market price. So today, 62,376.58 per in one bar, okay? 62,376.58. Okay? I'll put you in Conakry because Conakry the tax is 6.5. Okay, 6.5. Okay. 62,376.58 times 6.5%. So the tax is 4,000. So the price is fluctuate. So don't bank on it. All right? Don't bank on it because tomorrow is Sunday. The stock exchange is closed. On Monday, then the start of the price. The price is movement. Fluctuate, ups and down. So use your calculator. If you want to buy gold in Mali, the tax is 7%. It's already in every video. But you are lazy to pay attention. That is the reason why. You're running around and running around, broker to broker. Then you land into Alamina. Then when I interviewed you on the group, you would not last. You wouldn't last. There was three groups on WhatsApp. One American, Filipino American from Texas. They were been dealing with seller in Ghana, failure. And then somebody said, oh, talk to Alamina. So I told them, create a group chat because I want to ask your group. The group didn't meet the criteria at all. Didn't. And I told them, just read the full corporate offer and let your buyer understand. Oh, they're asking how much is their commission. We don't pay double commission. That is the reason why I introduced this. That is the reason why. Because we are cleaning. Wilhelmina is cleaning the bad potato. We only deal good potato here. I don't know if you understand my language. I don't know if you understand the logic. There's so many bad potato or bad tomato. We don't deal bad tomato. We are dealing a good tomato here, meaning to say we are dealing good buyer, not a bad buyer. If you're a smuggler, please don't come to Alamina because it is very dangerous. If you're gonna be caught, you're gonna be in Calobos. So the full corporate offer is in front of you. You read it. If you like it, you come back. If you don't like it, at least you gain knowledge. Because in Africa, 98% of precious mineral coming from Africa. Why French government is in Africa? Why Russian government is in Mali? Why Australian mining company is in Africa? Why Canadian is in Africa? Why? Therefore, there is a business. Why Italian group of company is in Mali? Why? meaning to say there is business. Why American companies in Sierra Leone? There is a business. And you as a small timer thinking you can get profit asking is BLC, it wouldn't work. Meaning to say you don't have a cash flow. Do you know what is this BLC means? Search it on the internet. If you're lazy, I'm gonna give you the answer. Is BLC mean is standard letter of credit. So you're going to the bank to apply for the credit. Right. So the bank will not release the money unless the bank will scrutinize the seller. We will provide you all the documentation, but you need to convince Walamina. Without showing the proof of fund that you have $1 million, I wouldn't believe it. Really, I wouldn't. There was an instant, I think 3 years ago. We have a client from Florida. He's an architect, and his profile is really very sophisticated. Mhm. And I know how to psychologize the profile. So he signed a contract in Mali of 2.5 tons of gold 3 years ago. Mhm. So we send him mining license, SKR, map of the mining of the seller, and everything. And he sent me his profile, but he didn't show his proof of fund. He said he has $1 million. So we take him for granted. For 90 days, we've been waiting and waiting. The bank didn't approve his loan. 2.5 tons, that was $135 million. He doesn't have. And the bank wanted the 2.5 to deliver in Florida before the bank released the fund. And I said to my seller, don't do that. Because a minute the gold is in their possession, they can deny the seller, especially the seller is black. Especially your black, Mr. Seller. Do not believe on buyer. You will believe on buyer when you gather the vital information of the buyer. Now, by October, I'm going to travel. I'm going to take the buyer to Conakry and Mali. The buyer has been validated. The buyer sent his business registration. The buyer sent his importation license. The buyer did send his passport. And the buyer did send his banking details, proof of fund that he has $1 million. Now, your information, Mr. Buyer, is intact with us. It is a confidential, would not float around to any joker broker. I'm very, very strict because we have a bad experience in the past. And I don't deal chain of broker anymore. If you're a broker, your buyer is paying you to outsource. Don't ask Wilhelmina commission. Don't, because we give the buyer a good price. There is no profit. And when I travel with you, Mr. Buyer, yes, I do charge my extra service. Yes? Extra service means to accompany you to buy a ticket is not cheap. To stay in the hotel is not cheap. So which one you like, Mr. Buyer? You want Wilhelmina to be with you on the ground, or you travel by yourself? I will arrange the contract. I will organize it for you. But if there is a problem, do not call Wilhelmina. Oh, Wilhelmina, your seller, rah, rah, rah. Don't blame me. Don't. You better spend money to make money. In a way, you're already profit. You already getting profit. Why? Tax alone. You save tax alone. I was the one who asked the seller to give you tax included. That is normal. You have to pay the gold plus government sales tax. But because of my kindness, because I'm charging you my extra service, in return, I've given you a very good deal, tax incentive. You're gonna say, how much you gonna charge, Wilhelmina? Yes, I do charge my extra $20,000, take it or leave it, non-refundable. Mhm. Mr. Buyer, if you cannot afford to pay my extra, meaning to say you cannot afford to pay the products. Really, you cannot. I have a buyer willing to pay my extra. He's waiting for me. Okay? And I'm not available September because I'm going away. I would be available on October. But I have already 4 buyers online in place. Okay, one at a time. One from Asia, one from Dubai. Okay, three from Dubai and one from Asia. First come, first serve. If the buyer is very slow, okay, you can wait because one at a time. I have to be with the buyer on the ground for 8 to 9 days. You're gonna say, well, Amina, your extra is very expensive. Well, you are buying expensive item. You mean to say you're giving me a hard time, and then when you sell, you become multimillionaire? What is $20,000 when I assist you? Right. Yes, my seller is paying my work. Yes, my seller is paying my work. I don't ask you commission, Mr. Buyer. I don't. I only ask you to cover my travel cost. But if you cannot afford, good luck. Go somewhere else. At least if you read the full corporate offer, you gain knowledge. I'll give you an example. There was a German guy I met in Dubai. Mhm. He registered his company and he's from Germany. He flew to Dubai. And he was been talking to me and I even introduced to my contact. I should not introduce him. But I'm very kind. I arranged the dinner with the owner of the factory. Mhm. And suddenly this German is very wise and clever. He was window shopping. I don't know if he get the gold. And there was another guy from Netherlands. He met me in Jewellery hotel. Mhm. And he went to Sierra Leone. And he said that there's so many scammer in Sierra Leone. And I told him, you're one. You're part of it. Because you were asking $35,000. Mhm. He didn't get the gold. He met me in Jewellery hotel. Mhm. He was been asking question and question. He's just a small trader. Since then, I don't want to entertain a small trader. Since then, I would not entertain you guys if you cannot convince Wilhelmina. Business registration of yours, importation license of yours, passport copy of yours, proof of fund of yours. Without that, I wouldn't believe that you're a buyer. Why? What a waste of time. I know you've been window shopping just like this gentleman here that I have a conference a few hours ago. 10 minutes only. Finish. So you're just lucky to have Wilhelmina. You are just lucky to meet me. You bump me into my YouTube channel. You are lucky. You gain knowledge. Knowledge worth $1 million. But when I travel, it's no longer for free. I given you free knowledge already. But you are not paying attention. So reject, 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 reject. How many buyers that I rejected? Thousands since 2011. You're gonna say, well, I mean, how many transactions you have? Will you come to the office and we'll open the book for you? Just visit my platform on Facebook. Every time I travel, I put everything on my platform in order for the buyer to see who is Wilhelmina. You're gonna say, Wilhelmina, what is your role? That is a very good question. I am your business facilitator at the same time. And I am the seller's marketing consultant of their company. I am the extension. I'm based in Australia. You're happy now, Mr. Buyer? You're asking me who am I? You meet me. So please, don't use a fake picture because when you call Wilhelmina, I'm gonna ask you, open your camera. Our conversation is live all the time. You must remember. Why I record it? For my reference, because if you're going to run away, I have a copy. Yeah, I have to be blunt with you. Today, every conversation is recorded. The government call me, recorded. Oh, it doesn't matter. The bank call me, it's a recorded conversation. It doesn't matter. Mhm. I don't mind. My phone bills, my iPrimus, when they call me, it's recorded. I don't mind. Mm. I also recorded our conversation. Mhm. Don't be scared, because whatever happened in the future, that if you muck around, I have a copy. Yeah, then I can put that on my platform. That this is the one that who screwed me, and this is the one who screwed my seller. Mhm. So, Mr. Buyer, I think I already explained. Going back to diamond, click on the link. I will give you the link. If you are searching gold and diamond on my YouTube, there's a link. Click it. You will redirected into my platform. Subscribe and click below. Make a comment if you like it. Wilhelmina's language, fine. If you don't like it, it's okay. It's all right. There is no harm. I don't harm you. People doesn't like Wilhelmina. Good luck to you guys. Mhm. But I only deal with the real buyer, not a chain of block of joker broker and joker buyer. Mhm. On my platform, I copied the Zimbabwean mafia smuggling gold. If you're gonna be there to my platform, you gain knowledge. Then you will relate it to yourself that do not smuggle it. Okay? Do not, so that you will not be caught. All right? Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good morning to you guys, and good evening here. By the way, those Dubai buyer, I have a buyer from Dubai. I only stop over overnight. So before I travel, if you want to meet me, just download your bottom, and I want to have a live video conference before I'm going to meet you in Dubai. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good morning in Dubai, good morning in Paris, good morning in Europe, and good evening here in Australia. Thank you very much. I wish you a pleasant Saturday.